Hello, Ahmed. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Samir. I'm fine. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. You are on vacation right now. You just told me that you are in Egypt,
Yeah. For a short period, it's almost 2 weeks.
which is amazing, right? No matter where you are in the world, we are able to do this. Nothing stops us.
It's good, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you
How's
for saying
everything?
yes. Alhamdulillah. Very good, very good. Getting better.
Alhamdulillah.
Uh, Opportunities are so much everywhere. It is just for us to recognize where they are and identify them. So I think
Correct,
for each
yes.
one of us, it is an opportunity that we have to keep looking and not look for only challenges, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But we will overcome it, inshallah. Yeah, I'm believing.
Inshallah. And that is the journey, yes, indeed.
Correct, yeah.
And the whole objective of having this conversation with you is to help managers who are overcoming challenges on a daily basis, right? And for them to learn from your experience, learn from what you have gone through, learn from what it is that you did or did not do that helped you in your journey to become, wherever you are in your journey today. Uh, so that is the purpose of this podcast, the purpose of doing this is not about you or about me, but it is about really helping others to really benefit from this conversation. So thank you so much once again for saying yes to this conversation and for exploring how we can help others deal with their challenges more effectively.
Thank you, Mr. Samir, so much. I appreciate your invitation. I'm so grateful to be here with you today. And there is a special thanks goes to Miss Mashal Belushi for recommending me to you. And it's an amazing opportunity, actually. And I think it's all about the connection which we are building through our journey, actually. Because if I didn't know her, so I wouldn't know you. And by the way, it's a great opportunity, to be honest. Thank you so much, Mr. Samir, for having me today.
Thank you. I will start off by this quote that I asked you, right? When I asked you what is leadership to you, and you said
Yeah, I
leadership is
remember.
not about the title, it's about showing up with empathy, adapting with purpose, and creating impact wherever you are. I found this very
Correct.
interesting. Can you unpack a little bit about what you mean by this?
Sure. First of all, when we are speaking about leadership, we are speaking here about a human being who has the ability to direct and guide another one. So it's all about H to H, or I'd like to say human to human interaction.
Hmm.
So when we are speaking about leadership, it's about inspiration. Because when I'm trying to inspire someone, I put all my experience, I put all my knowledge into this person, try to make him doing better, whether he's an individual contributor or a part of my team, or either in a mentorship session either. Because by the end of the day, we are here to help each other. I believe that we are growing by lifting each other. It's not like an individual journey. It's about the human journey itself. So basically, when I'm trying to inspire someone or to give him just like a little steps from where I have been and make his life easier, because I already completed these steps and I struggled a lot to reach the finish line in this race. So I'm
Hmm.
giving him just hints or tips and tricks just to override the obstacles which I already faced. So his journey will become more easier for him than what I already faced before.
Um, I've heard this quote. I think it was Jim Rohn who said, "Don't wish for things to be easier. Wish for yourself to become better, right?
Or stronger.
Or stronger." So, is
Yeah.
it good for us as leaders to try to make things easier for others? Is that our role as leaders to make things easier for others?
At least if we couldn't do that, we learn them how to avoid or not avoid, how to override or overcome the obstacles at the least.
And how would you do that as a leader? So, what is your distinction between being a manager and being a leader? How do you differentiate between these two?
There is a big difference actually being a manager and being a leader. I think manager focus only on the business outputs,
Hmm.
but leader focus, of course, on business aspect, but on the other side, on the human aspect. I'm trying to build a character
Yeah.
rather than building an Excel sheet with numbers. That's it.
Hmm. And when you're doing so, when was the switch that happened for you? This is how I have to be if I have to be a leader, and I have to not just focus on being a manager. I have to be a manager and a leader for my people. This human to human, is that something that was always there for you, or is that something that you developed in your journey?
To be honest, it had been developed through my career because basically I started as a customer service. So it was just like the first brick in my building, if I want to say that. I just built my character from this point. Because when you are a customer service agent or a customer service advisor, every day you meet a lot of people with a lot of differences, different backgrounds, different culture. But at the end of the day, what you had already done and achieved with that is to understand the human being itself from the core. Everyone had his own problem, but this is the problem with the company, not with you, to be honest, it's with the company. When you are trying to handle that, you don't handle the problem itself. You handle this character. You try to give him the best solution from your aspect as what they call, as the representative of this company, and at the same time, you're trying to give him the visibility as a person, that I am trying to help you as a person. I want to make your day better. So from this point, I try to develop this mentality. At the end of the day, we are human. We are dealing with emotions, not only with what they call KPIs or numbers or whatsoever. I'm handling emotion. That's it.
And what was your journey? How did you move from customer service to HR? What
Oh,
was that journey like? Yeah.
it's a long story, to be honest. But let me say something. When you are an HR with a customer service background, your first customer actually is your employees, which is your colleague as well. So you are trying to switch what you are serving for a customer as external to your internal customer on the same point. So I think whoever hadn't been through the customer service journey missed a lot when he comes to HR.
So would you recommend everyone to join customer service before they
Of
join
course,
the
of course,
other
of course,
departments?
of course. Because customer service and sales are the two major, what they call, professions, which makes you handle people on daily basis. Other than that, you are just working on office environment, so just with papers and laptops, no human interaction.
You have been in HR now for how many years?
3 years and 5 months right now.
And before that?
Before that, I've been with Emirates MBD, with Sheikh
No,
Shakhbout Medical City.
but always in HR?
No, customer service and sales.
So
How I
you
shift?
huh? Yeah.
How do I shift? Okay, to be honest, one of my friends who works with me in Emirates before, both of us got laid off at the time of Corona, COVID-19. And I took the way to Sheikh Shakhbout Medical City in patient experience. And he had been lucky enough to join Amazon on the HR capacity. So after almost 1 year, he contacted me, Ahmed. I see that you have the opportunity to become an HR. What do you think? I told him, man, I have never been an HR before. He told me, no, I trust you. I believe in you. I know that if you are willing to do something, you will achieve it. So please take an HR course, beat them all. I know that you will get this certificate. After 2 months, please apply for this position. And by the way, that position was HR shared services, which is close to the customer service environment, but for the HR. So I applied, and here I am.
Alhamdulillah. This is something that a lot of people struggle with. They feel like I've been in one particular role or function for so long that I cannot transfer to another role. Right? They don't see the
Potential in
trans-
themselves.
the transferable skills that they have, where they can adapt themselves to a new environment. What are
I
your
believe
thoughts on this?
so.
Especially you
I,
coming
be-
from an HR background, what are your thoughts on that?
I believe it's just like the way they are thinking about their comfort zone, because they think that they are in comfort zone, they don't want to get out of it. That's why. But I believe in human being potential. Every one of us has the potential to do something beyond his expectation. For me, I've never been in a position to be HR before, but I believe in myself and people around me believed in me. So I got this kind of confidence to step out of my comfort zone and do something astonishing, actually.
It feels to me like you're preparing yourself one day to be a CEO of some company because you have been in customer service, you have been in HR now, and then slowly you're going to,
I hope so, inshallah. But my own company.
inshallah. Uh, this question that we have on the flyer actually, how great HR begins with clarity and not compliance. My question to you is first and foremost, what does clarity mean to you? The word clarity or the idea of clarity in the context of uh,
Transparency, to be honest, transparency. If I have something and I need to share it with you, of course I will share it. I will not hide it from you. Of course, even if I know this kind of, sometimes there are policies in companies which prevent something that just like to happen. But I don't think so, because at the end, when we are on the same boat, we need to know where we are going through. But if I try to hide something from you just for my own benefits, I think this is the opposite of clarity.
so in an organization where the policy does not allow you to share, and sharing also happens at different levels, right? The level of
Correct, yeah.
transparency you give to managers is different from what you give to your employees. So how do you handle such a situation?
To be honest, from my previous experience and what I'm going through, I think it's just like if I can't tell the full story, at least I will put him on the way to figure out what is going on without disclose anything. But I know that we are smart enough to get hints and
Hmm.
tricks, so I will try to give him a hint.
In an organization, what is true belonging these days in an organization? And what does companies or HR functions get wrong that they don't figure this out, and you're seeing in certain organizations they don't do this correctly, and you're seeing this is not how they should be doing HR in a company.
Building the culture.
How do you build a culture? Culture is a very strong word and also very loosely used. A lot of people use this word culture, right? And culture is something that you build for the long term.
Correct, yeah.
And culture is a combination of so many things. How do you build a culture if, especially, you as an HR have different ideas, your CEO has different ideas, the sales team has different ideas, and you as HR is HR responsible for building culture? Question number one. And how do you build culture?
To be honest, culture is not just HR responsibility. It's about everyone in the organization. For example, as you said, I'm an HR, but we have the sales team, we have the operations team, we have the finance team. We are all together here to achieve the company's goal. But without culture, everyone will work for his own benefits only. So for myself as an HR, I will work for the attendance. I try to make everyone on the site, but I will not taking care of the profit, for example. But on the other side, for finance, they don't care about if the people are here on the site or working remotely, but at the end, they need the revenue. So without a clear goal and without building what they call a common culture in on this particular situation, everyone will go on his own direction. And at the end of the day, the company's goal itself will not achieve. That's it. So the culture is a big word that you say, but we are here all together to achieve it. And by words culture, it's all aspects that we can do for the human and business all together, which means if the person is, for example, coming from a different background from mine, how can I try to make him involved within the team? This is the idea of DEI or diversity, equity, and inclusion. And this is the main pillar of culture when you are trying to build a new culture in the company. You have to take care of this thing. Second, you have to build that culture of trust. We are here working together, so we need to trust each other. Otherwise, everyone will work in his own shadow. That's my point.
So who drives culture? I mean, everyone has to be part of the culture, but there has to be someone who's sitting in the driver's seat and driving the final outcome of creating this culture? Is it the HR department's responsibility?
I believe HR, because the HR is the human resources. And I'd like to say the new term of HR, which is people and culture. This is the trendy name, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
And one of my friend is the managing director in one of the biggest retail in UAE. He told me something. Every company's name the department of HR upon their vision of how it works. For example, if there is a company called it HR, so it's all about human resources. They are dealing with human as a resource in the company. But some companies name it just like people and culture. So they focus all the things about the people itself, because the people is the main pillar of this company to generate their code. And I like this idea, to be honest.
Hmm. So if HR is really responsible, people in culture is really responsible for driving culture, and let us say you go into a new company, right, Ahmed, and you join this new company, and they put this new designation, people and culture, and they say, we don't have a very strong empowering culture here today. Uh, we are hiring you so that you can build something which is strong for our business, for our company, for our people. What are the first few steps you will take, and how will you measure the effectiveness of your actions?
Allah, I like this kind of question, actually. This is very deep. To be honest, I will build the culture on what we are here to speak about. It's about clarity. So the first thing is about clarity. I will make a meeting with all department heads and
Mhm.
discuss how everyone is going to put a strategy to handle their people from their own perspective. Then I will collect all this data and put it on my table just to put the dots between the lines and make sure that all these managers are working on the same page to maintain the culture which I'm trying here to build. Otherwise, everyone will have his own agenda, to be honest. But at the end of the day, we have to maintain one same culture for all departments. When we are speaking about people, people first. People should come first every time. Because without people, the number wouldn't be generated, to be honest. I have one quote from my previous manager. He told me, a happy customer is just like the outcome of a happy employee behind the counter. So if there is
Mm,
no happy employee behind the counter, there will not be a happy customer, to be honest. And you
mm,
can put it on all aspects in any kind of industries or what you call field.
mm. Uh, what would be the challenges you might face in an organization where the culture is not there right now, right? So you want to do this, you want to align everyone,
Correct.
and people are like, Ahmad, you have just come here. You don't know how things work here. Let us tell you how things work. This will not work. Or things like this. How will you deal with such a work environment?
I think it's called the culture of resistance. People seems to resist new ideas rather than trying it. And this is why I have the sales experience to try to convince people, to be honest, about doing something new. This is all about the sales experience I gained throughout my years. So here that you have to try new things because without trying, you will not know if it works or not. Correct? At
Yeah.
least give it a shot, give it a try.
I like that attitude. I like that mindset of never giving up and going for what you have set for yourself in your mind. Can you share with us a story where you chose courage over comfort?
Oh man, a lot. It happens a lot, to be honest. Every time I try to put an effort in an organization and I couldn't find myself in that organization, I wouldn't say it's easy to just submit my resignation, but I will try one, two, three times just to figure out how can I go there. But at the end, we don't have the luxury of spending much time in our life because our lifespan time is just like 60 years old. 25 of them خلاص happened to finish school and finish your students. So it's almost 35 years. If I spent 3 years in an organization and I couldn't achieve either my goals or the organization goals, it's better to find another thing than just wasting time. So I think it's a little bit of courage, but knowing yourself, knowing your worth, never compromise about your position. This is my mindset, actually.
How did you build such a strong mindset for yourself? Who was there in your life that helped you to understand your own self-worth, self-value, build your self-esteem? I can see from you, your conversation, you're someone who believe in yourself so much. And I think that's probably the reason also when I asked Michelle, who can you recommend me? She took your name, you know? So how did you develop this for yourself? Because a lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people don't have courage or self-awareness, or especially when they are in the role of HR also, they feel like they have to do what the business tells them to do or what others tell them to do, and they become more like operational function rather than strategic function. And I think that starts with one person who is in the driver's seat being so courageous, being so self-aware, and understanding what they want out of life. How did you build this for yourself?
To be honest, I brought up in such a way because when I was very, you know, in early age, when I was a kid, actually I lived in Egypt and I brought up in Egypt. And people in Egypt at that time seems to be just like very friendly in a way that we are living in a one neighborhood.
Hmm.
So we are open to the street. I can spend time on the street playing with my friends, doing whatever. So I believe that when I was 7 years old, I walked almost 3 kilometers, you know, just to bring a magazine, you know, Mickey magazine and Majid magazine, this kind of thing. So I believe that my parents put their efforts to bring me in such way. They brought me to the way that I have to take care of myself. I am here. I am the only one for myself here. You have to do every battle on your own. I think this kind of, you know, bringing up a child makes me the person who I am right now.
Mashallah. And do you have children, if I may ask?
No, I'm single.
Okay. Uh, is there a transformation story of a team member that you can share with us, which was so inspiring for you? Somebody in your team changed, and
A
you
lot.
were part of facilitating that process for that person.
Um, I've seen a lot of examples throughout my careers, but one of them was back to days when I was working in Egypt, and one of my friends who had been working with me on the same capacity of the retail sales, I saw him develop in a manner that he was just like fighting, actually, just like Rocky. You know Rocky. He was fighting for everything that he had been gone through, and he managed to move from retail to IT. Then from IT had become to senior manager, then a director. It's all become from the retail sales. So it was an inspiring story for me, to be honest.
There is a very common problem that I see between managers today, which is they are so often in firefighting mode.
I
They are
believe, yeah,
they're constantly trying to solve the urgent and important things and don't have time to focus on the important and not urgent. You know, if you know the Eisenhower matrix, which is to plan and to schedule and to plan your growth and to do things. How do you help someone move from being a constant firefighter to being someone who starts operating like a leader, starts operating like someone who can truly add value to the business, not just continuously firefight?
okay. It's a tricky question, to be honest, but let me
Why do you say
say
it is a
it.
tricky question?
To be honest, because it's about the manager itself, no one else. To be honest,
Yeah.
because when I'm trying to see the whole picture of what's going on, I find that if the manager is on a concrete floor, he would know his weakness point rather than pointing out to the other people. Because when we are all self-aware about ourselves, in that moment, we are trying to inspire others. How can I inspire someone without being inspired by someone or reading a book or watching a documentary or educating myself? So the problem here is that we have managers that need to be developed before developing their team. This is the point. I need to take care of my manager as he's the one who will play every rule on a single day. Because, for example, if the orchestra man doesn't know the note, how he get the whole team all together, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine an orchestra man here in a big hall with all these artists behind him or in front of him, and suddenly he doesn't know the note. What is the harmony in the teamwork? This is the thing. We need to focus on people because people are the one who drive the business, not the numbers. Because numbers by the end of the day, خلاص, we'll close this page and open another one. So we try to close the page in the correct way. That's it.
What is your plans, or how do you develop managers? What are the things that you do for leadership development within Amazon or outside? What do you think is the journey that they should go through?
They need to work by themselves first to know how things going on. I cannot get a manager without any technical knowledge or background of the field and put him in the charge of people who have been done that for so long years. So how can I manage them? Imagine a coach who had never played football. How can he manage him?
But that same applies to you. For example, you said, I never been in HR, but then now you're in an HR position, even though you have not done it ever.
Yeah, but you dropped the most important part. I took an HR course. Without it, I wouldn't be here. Without the knowledge of HR, I wouldn't be in that position.
There are organizations where they hire CEOs with no specific background in that industry.
Correct. Do you think they are a success in this matter, or after 5 or 6 months they will resign?
So I think it was the CEO of IBM, or for example, even the CEO of Chanel right now. She has never been in the beauty industry, and today she manages the entire world's beauty industry. Chanel Group is an Indian
Correct.
lady who has never been in the beauty industry before. She was working with a few other organizations. I don't remember the name right now. Lena Nair.
But I'd like to say something. At least she is female. She knows how beauty things going on.
Yeah.
Second, she works in her own to understand the environment and to understand the industry, how things going on. That's why she becomes a leader for Chanel. That's it. She works on herself. She didn't come from Mars and try to build a new strategy out of nowhere. She had what it takes to be there. That's the point.
Yeah, and that's why I feel uh, managers are important. And correct me if I'm wrong with my theory over here, but you have to be, let's say, for 10, 15 years, 20 years, you become an individual contributor, then you become a manager. And in managing, you're managing tasks and functions and roles. And when you're doing that, if you develop leadership skills, then you are learning how to get the best out of people and create more leaders.
Correct.
And I think, and that is the reason why after a certain point of time, it doesn't matter if you know the function, as long as you know how to get the best out of people.
Correct. Yeah. It's all about people, to be honest. In Amazon, we have 16 pillars, which is called LPs or leadership principles.
Okay.
These leadership principles are the main core of how we develop managers in Amazon. Without these leadership principles, you cannot move from your current role to another without showing, for example, we have one thing called learn and be curious, for example. This is one of leadership principles. If you aren't willing to learn new things and be curious to discover what's around you, you are not fulfilling one of the most critical part of leadership principles. So how could you become a manager at a certain point?
How do you recognize leadership qualities? What do you have methods or data based on which you are identifying someone has leadership qualities or managerial qualities? Because some people are great as managers but don't become effective leaders, correct?
Correct.
Some
Yeah.
people will be managers all their life and they will never be a leader. They'll always be a manager. Some of them will become leaders. So, how do you identify people with leadership potential, not just managerial potential?
With two aspects. The first
Okay.
one, the turnover around the team.
Hmm.
The second thing, how many leaders have been in such changing rules under his leadership? Because a good leader will create a good leader also. And when a
Yeah.
good leader had become, he needs another capacity to grow. So, for
Yeah.
example, if I am a manager of 5 people, after 2 years, if no one of them has moved to another role, I need to work on myself more.
Interesting. And you have programs for people to recognize these skill sets?
Yeah, I already had something like that before.
The 16 programs you said, the 16 pillars and principles.
Yeah, this is for Amazon, but I
Yeah.
believe that you can drive this in any other organization.
Okay. What is the skill set that you are right now working on for yourself to become a better leader?
Data analyst,
Okay. Can you
without
share?
without knowing numbers and you have the ability to analyze this thing, you wouldn't provide a clear picture of things how it works or where is the development or where I need to put more effort. Because numbers never lies, to be honest.
Hmm. Do you have a mentor or a coach?
Of course,
Okay. And is it something that you personally chose or is it something that the organization gives you?
the organization give me the tool, and I'm the one who choose who to be my mentor.
Okay. And data analyst is one aspect,
Yeah.
but data analyst is more functional, which is more managerial. From a human to human skill, what are you working on?
Right now, more about soft skills and communication skills.
Okay. What are you doing to develop these?
We have a great tool, to be honest. Nobody's aware about it. It's called LinkedIn Learning. I'm
Yeah.
not here to try to promote it, but we have LinkedIn Learning. It's an amazing tool. It's just like a magic wand. Whenever
Yeah.
you need to develop certain skill, just go into your account, search about these skills. You will find millions, of course. Try
Hmm.
to find the one is popular. Then here you go. You are on the first step on your journey.
How many people are right now mentees to you?
I've been a mentor for almost 3 months right now between two programs,
Okay.
and I had almost 7 people. Yeah, most of them are students, to be honest.
What has been your greatest lesson for yourself by being a mentor?
Um, Everyone has his own story.
Hmm.
Listen more. Try to get the best out of everyone you meet.
How do you do that?
First of all, listening, full ears. And my dad always says that man had been created with 2 ears and one tongue to listen more than he speaks.
Hmm.
So this is the first skill that you have to learn how to listen more. Second, when you are trying to speak with people with their own story, never dim their shine. Just give them the moment that they are proud of. In that case, you will gain their hearts before anything else. Because people like to be appreciated and be listened and feel that they have done something important.
You have touched upon something that I also very personally truly believe so much, which is about developing listening skills and asking more and telling less. How do you develop somebody's listening skills? How do you train someone with the skill of listening?
First of all, you have to listen to your own thoughts. I tried it by myself. Whenever you had a thought in your head or in your mind, try to listen to it. Never just like to let it go. It's kind of meditation somehow, but this is the first thing that you need to develop before listening to others. Because if you didn't listen to yourself, how do you expect yourself to listen to other people? It's all about yourself from the beginning. You are the core of everything around you.
So if I am supposing your mentee, right, and I'm coming to you and I'm saying, Ahmed, I want to develop my listening skills. What should I do? You will say first meditation, listen to your own thoughts. Is there anything else that you can do or provide as a course or a program or something where I develop my listening skills?
Yeah, there is a course actually on LinkedIn, and I already took it before. It's called the Active Listening course. There are 5 steps that you need to follow just to make sure that you are a good listener.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will slip a lot of information out of the conversation itself. Because if you didn't listen actively and effectively, you wouldn't have the skill to understand the whole situation. So you will not be able to understand and to develop how you are react to that thing. Because if you don't understand the thing, you cannot react to it. This is so simple. So you need to active listening. By active listening mean that you listen to every single thing just to understand, not just to reply on it or to have another defend on yourself or whatever. That's it. This course is very recommended, to be honest, on LinkedIn Learning. It's called active listening.
So there are a lot of courses, correct? And there are people who take this course. Some get it, some don't get it. Because somebody's speaking to them, right? And there is
Yeah.
no interaction, there is no dialogue, there is no conversation happening with a LinkedIn course. So they don't get to practice their listening skills with a LinkedIn program.
But you can't apply it on your daily life, your daily routine, whenever
How
you
do you
meet
get,
someone.
how do you get feedback on whether you're applying it correctly or not?
It's a good question, actually. I get the feedback from the people when they are feeling happy that someone listens to them and gives them instructions at the end of this conversation. It's just like feeling, man, thank you so much for giving me the space to interact with you. Actually, I didn't interact. I didn't do anything. I just let him speak all this conversation. But at the end, I give him the conclusion from what I understood in a way that it's just like a tip. But actually, he is the one who gave me all these things. But I reflected back to him.
Hmm.
This is a
This is
crazy trick.
this is coaching, correct? This is coaching,
Correct.
or this is how you do effectively mentoring.
Correct. Yes.
How do you train people to do this effectively? I love this concept. I love this idea. I love what you're sharing right now. But I feel a lot of people understand this, but they don't live it, right? They don't live doing this. A lot of times, as parents, for example, they
Yeah,
understand,
man. Yeah, I got it.
right?
Right.
They understand the philosophy and principle, but they cannot stop from giving advice. They cannot stop from telling people what to do.
Yeah, this is the thing between theoretical things and practical things.
Yeah.
For theory is something different than applying. Because when it comes to theory, everyone is a philosopher. But when you are on the playground, actually everyone is just like, man, what is going on? This is the point. How to train yourself? It takes, first of all, it takes a self-confidence. You have to make you make yourself believe that you are the one capable of doing so.
So again, this is theory. This is theoretical. What you're
No,
saying
no,
is
no,
again
no, no. I'm just giving you the intro.
okay.
I'm just giving you the intro. Okay. For me, for example, for me, I've never been in such a position where I can just handle the situation in a good manner before. I developed this skill. And this skill is developed from interacting with a lot of people, to be honest.
Yeah.
And from everyone's perspective, I try to put myself in his shoes to understand why he acts like that. Of course, sometimes you will not understand people because we are different somehow. But at least I'm trying not to react according to what I get. I need to understand first. It's just like a job on a daily job. It's just like a mission on a daily every day. You have to develop that by yourself. No one will take your hand and go through, man, I will teach you doing 1, 2, 3. I'll just put you on the first step of the journey. You're the one who can take care of yourself all this way. That's it.
So, so here again, I'm asking these questions because I'm seeing not just you, but so many people who are in HR functions who feel they have to develop leaders, and they send their people to theoretical programs like LinkedIn Learning or workshops or trainings, right? So they get a lot of theory, and maybe they get to practice a little bit during the workshop, if it is a one-day workshop, leadership training program or something. My question is, if you really want them to practice this skill and get feedback on how they are practicing the skill of listening deeply, holding space, asking great questions, transforming the people around them, how do you do it?
First of all, as you said, it's a workshop, but it's not only the workshop, it's what after the workshop. Because in the workshop, you are trying to practice, but after the workshop, you are trying to apply. And between practice and apply, there is a huge mile.
Yeah.
So from my position as an HR, and I need to develop this skill with them, it's not only one workshop. It should be on a quarterly or half year basis. So I can assess them on 6 months basis, for example.
Yeah.
So on this long journey, I will put some dots in their way just to pick it up. So by the end of this course or these workshops, this is just not only one workshop, it would be a series of workshops. By the end of these workshops, at least they can develop 50% of what I'm trying to give. And the other 50% they need to work on themselves to achieve.
Hello? Yes.
Yes?
I got
Yeah.
cut a little bit, but fine. Yes, I understand what you're saying. So I agree with you completely. If a lot of leadership development programs, sometimes they see it as an event and not as a process. And unless and until you don't see it as a process, you cannot track impact and transformation. Correct?
Correct, of course. And we need the people to practice. We need participants to be active on this session. Otherwise, I just blowing in the air, just like words in the air. Because without engagement in these sessions, no one will get benefit.
Yeah. I like everything that you're saying because it is the solution that I have developed. It's not something that I wanted to share, but the clarity
MashaAllah.
game, the clarity game does all of what you're saying, and it is for 6 months. So beautiful. I hope someday you get to see what it is and you will see what it is doing. Uh, but thank you so much for sharing what you did, because it really makes a lot of sense. What is exciting for you moving forward in your journey?
Wow, a lot of things to be honest. First of all, knowing my abilities and capabilities to override or overcome any blockers in my journey, which boost my self-confidence more. Second thing, the people I met, every one of them gave me the opportunity. Everyone gave me a lesson. Everyone, if he's good one, I will learn from him. If he is a bad one, I will try not to be in that model in the future. Uh, and I'm grateful for everything. Alhamdulillah for what I already faced and experienced.
Alhamdulillah. But I'm still not hearing what is it that you are moving towards. You said earlier you might start your own company maybe someday.
Yeah,
Uh, what will give you, let's use the word that you just now used, confidence, to start something? What what should happen for you to realize I'm ready?
yeah. Readiness is the most important part actually of this question.
Yeah.
Without
So
being ready, even if you are trying to do something, you will not achieve it. Because if you are not ready, you will not take the action in a good way. You
so
try
so
to
what
be improvised.
so what should happen for you to feel ready to start your own company?
It's a good question actually, because I'm not ready yet.
It's okay.
But yeah, but
So
I
if
think
you know you're not ready yet, what must happen for you to feel ready?
capital, you have to get a capital.
Capital, Ahmed, from my life and journey, I realized if you have a great idea, money will come. Money is something that will support a dream that you have, which is really, it can
Important, I
blossom.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. So money is not, if money is not an issue, if think that money is taken care of, then what has to happen for you, apart from capital or finance or investment, for you to feel ready to start something of your own?
Okay, when I feel just like I am full of corporate work, I don't have any other thing to achieve in the corporate life. I think that point is just like, khalas, I have to move forward with my own business.
Okay. Okay. And until that day, you will keep going in the corporate world and you will keep achieving, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because I already achieved that with Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. I will go for Tesla, Apple one day. So yeah, this is on my list, to be honest.
So you want to learn from the best practice from the best companies in the world.
Correct. Yeah, to get the real hands-on experience.
What have you seen common in all these great companies you have worked with, Microsoft, Google, Amazon? What is the one thing that you have seen which is common as a problem and as a great culture or great approach?
Building repetition is the one thing
Building
that,
reputation.
yeah, building
Very good.
repetition.
They're very good at it.
Yeah. And for
Okay.
the negative thing is that, let me DM you about that later.
So what could, it's not that it is negative, it's something that could be better, especially when you're a large organization or enterprise organization. Then these are challenges that everyone might be facing through that small organizations don't face. Is there anything like that?
To be honest and clear at that point, there are a huge difference between startups and corporate. On startups, you have the visibility for everything, from operation to HR to finance. Because startup, here you are just like a key player in your role, but when it comes to big corporate organization, you are just like one man for one function.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. So from that context, how does an HR professional move from being a reactive HR to a strategic HR?
A good one. To come down to the floor, to speak with people, to
Hmm.
understand their challenges, trying to find a solution for both people and business to meet a certain point. Because by the end of the day, I am here also for the business. So I need to find a way between business and people on certain point. For example, if someone is not performing in a good way,
Hmm.
I need to find the code rules for that. What the root cause for being in such a situation. Because I believe that everyone in his position can do his best. So if he is underperforming, I'm trying to find why he underperformed, for example. Then I will work on that.
Hmm.
I will put a plan for that. After a while, man, believe me, you will be just like astonished from what he can achieve. So it's just like we need to listen to people first to understand their challenge, and in that way we can put some strategic plan for both of them and business to meet on one point or in one direction.
It's easy when the company is very small or a startup, but when you have hundreds and thousands of employees, how do you do this?
I don't think there is a difference by applying the same strategy. It's all about how you manage the capitals. Because when you have 5 persons, is more easier than 500.
Yes.
But you can divide them into batches, 100, 100, 100. And with this 100, you will find something just like common between them. Either they're managers, either the same department. You will find the problem is somehow, somewhere in this chart. Once you find this problem, you can work on it. It's all about how to discover the root cause.
In an organization, And I can see you're so passionate about the human to human connection in organizations and people, correct? uh, you always say that humans come first and we have to take care, and Amazon is a great believer in customer centricity and
Correct,
everything
yes.
comes first. So it is very aligned with your values also. I can see the organization that you have chosen to be a part of right now. But how do you keep empathy alive when you have the pressure of KPIs and you have to scale and you have to grow fast and you have to do all of these things and you have certain uh, targets to achieve, and in the midst of that you have to also keep your empathy alive? How do you balance this?
As I mentioned earlier, when it comes to a happy employee, everything will be achieved altogether after that. Because, for example, if I find that why these people are absent from work, I will understand that they got fatigue, for example, for the extensive working hours. In that
Mm,
time, I will try to give them some rest. Because for me, I will give them one hour rest per day is better than making him absent for 9 hours for one day.
mm.
Correct? This is something strategic. You can play on it. So this is just an example, and you can imagine what you can do for every other aspect.
Interesting. uh, what is the question that I'm not asking you yet?
Good one. How to be a good HR?
How?
Again, by makes people your first priority, because at the end you are HR, you are dealing with human resources. Everyone skipping the part of human and get focused on resources. When the human comes first, man, so you have to take care of human first, then they take care of your business.
I think your tagline should be human first. you know
Yeah.
Maybe you start a company which is called human first.
Wow, a good name actually. I will think about that. Thank you for inspiration.
It's been a pleasure with you, Ahmed. So much.
My
Thank
pleasure,
you so
Samir.
much for
Thank you, Samir.
joining us, for reminding us the importance of taking care of your people before you take care of KPIs, and understanding what the challenges are. Uh, really understanding that leadership is a journey and not an event, not just a workshop or not just one thing that you do, but
Correct,
something that
yes.
you track over a period of time. Uh, I really enjoyed talking to you, and I look forward to you probably joining Tesla and all the other companies that you have.
Inshallah.
You launch your human first, and when you do human first launch, please invite me. I would love
Of
to be
course,
there.
man. You are at the top of the list.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless
Thank you,
you.
Samir. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a
Enjoy the
great day.
rest of your vacation, and
Thank you.
I'll see you back when you're in Dubai.
Inshallah. Thank you. Have a good
God
day.
bless you too.
Bye bye. Bye bye.